Hey people, it is Saturday, May the 1st, and it is 4:17 in the afternoon. And it is around 10 degrees Celsius. And I'm here in Corktown Common, which is a beautiful park in the east end of downtown in the Corktown neighborhood. And I'll be walking west through the park and then through the Canary District and then on through the Distillery District. I just did a walk down Bayview Avenue, which is closed this weekend for active TO. And that walk ended here at Corktown Common, so I thought this seemed like a lovely spot to start a new video. See, plenty of people are enjoying the park. And we get an awesome view of the financial district. And we have a little bit of music playing, so I'll just talk over that. It's not very loud, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's George Harrison, My Sweet Lord. Huh. I actually really like that song. Kind of sucks that I have to talk over it. It's Beatle George. Hello. I thought he was waving at me, but he was waving at the person behind me coming up on the bicycle. That happens sometimes. So now we're just coming onto Front Street and entering the Canary District. This area was named after an old restaurant at Cherry Street in front that was called the Canary, in a historic building which still remains. The restaurant is no longer, though, unfortunately. And this area was developed as an athlete's village for the 2015 Pan Am Games. And then after the games were over, the buildings were converted to regular residential uses. And they've been building new ones ever since. And it's still a developing neighborhood. Lots of the retail spaces at the base of the buildings are still empty, awaiting tenants. But quite a few have moved in. One day it'll kind of take on a more mature look, kind of blending in with the rest of the city. Right now it kind of still stands out. It's a bit isolated. See, here we have a new restaurant coming soon, a pizza place, Vivo. Vivo Pizza and Pasta. And one just opened beside it. I can't read the name through the trees. In any case, it's another restaurant. Here we have a healthy shake and organic coffee place.
And it wasn't like each time having big sides, it was like, are you
And we have some interesting public art here. It's like a tangle of street lights. I think it's pretty cool. They have a neighborhood YMCA. Here you can see some remnants of the 2015 games here. I guess this was the various countries that participated. Pan Am Games obviously are games for the countries in the Americas, North and South America, and Central America, which is technically part of North America. And here we have the old Canary restaurant building. And it looks like there might be some new tenant moving into the building. I think it's only fitting if a new restaurant bearing the Canary name opened up here. Maybe that's in the works. So we're just crossing Cherry Street. And to the north you can see the towers of Regent Park. And here's another good shot of the entire Canary building. This is a rather bleak stretch here with this gigantic parking lot. There was a development proposal sign to redevelop this with multiple residential buildings. And there's at least one piece of equipment on site here. So I don't know what the status of this proposal is. I haven't really heard anything about it. But hopefully something will replace this vast sea of asphalt here.
That's right there.
Now we're approaching the Distillery District. I could have entered from Cherry Street at the eastern entrance, but I kind of just sort of walked along without thinking about it, so then I realized I'd have to enter here. That's no big deal. The Distillery District is a popular tourist area, which is made up of the largest collection of 19th century industrial architecture in North America. There's a series of old distilleries, obviously. They've been converted to restaurants and boutiques and art galleries. And it's a pedestrian-only area, and it has a very European flavor to it. Probably the only really such area in the city that's completely car-free. I think some of the other neighborhoods should do something similar. I think Yorkville would be a good candidate. Just shut Yorkville Avenue and Cumberland Street off to cars, at least maybe during the summer months. And the same with Kensington Market. That does have one day per month that is car free, called Pedestrian Sundays. But I think Kensington should definitely step it up and make that a much more common thing. So that's the part that we sort of missed by coming in this way instead of from Cherry Street. We'll just take a look over here. Here we have the Love Locks. See, it's made up of thousands of locks with people's initials on it. I won't go all the way down, but I'll just come a little ways down just to get a more of a sense of what's on this end here. Normally this area is full of outdoor patios, but outdoor dining is currently off limits due to the lockdown restrictions that are still in effect for another 3 weeks. So things are a lot quieter than they would normally be, especially on a Saturday. This place typically is jam-packed on Saturdays, even if the weather's not great. Of course, a lot of these places do tend to be a bit on the pricey side, but that's kind of par for the course with tourist destinations such as this. And there's several pieces of interesting public art here in the distillery. I think that's my favorite building. It looks like something straight out of medieval England. And here's the famous clock. There's also a very popular Christmas market that takes place here, with a large tree erected right here usually. Hello, little birdie. Don't poop on my head. I just noticed a store back there called Blackbird, and now here's one called Crimson and Clover. Is there like a theme here going? Naming stores after popular 1960s songs? If so, I like it. I approve. And we have a large peace sign to go with the 60s theme as well. And of course we have a series of modern glass condos also built into the neighborhood. But if you don't look up, it's kind of easy not to notice them. And it's suddenly getting a little windy and cold again. Plenty of art galleries here.
Do you want this one or do you want this one?
And here we have the big Love Archway. This is one of the most photographed spots here. People like to pose in front of it. And that's just about it for the Distillery District. And just across the street, Parliament Street here leads to the Esplanade, which is another very nice street to walk along. I did a video walking along the Esplanade before, if you'd like to take a look at that. But this time I'm not going to walk that way. I'm going to walk north here on Parliament. Make my way towards home, and also to stop at a grocery store. Now we're just crossing Front Street. And here's 51 Division of the Toronto Police. And a nice old historic building. It's originally the Consumers Gas Company, 1899. Maybe a Porsche dealership. And that is the headquarters of the Globe and Mail, which is one of Toronto's daily newspapers, and it's also Canada's daily newspaper, sort of similar to the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal. It's nationally distributed. And this is King Street East. And here we are at Adelaide. Now here we are at Richmond Street East. There's the Parliament bus, which I've never ridden. Never had any reason to ride that bus. Nor have I ever ridden the Sherbourne bus, which I hear is quite an interesting route to ride. So here we are at Queen Street, and this is where I'm going to wrap this video up. The Moss Park Apartments there. And I look east down Queen Street. And I look west. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, then by all means, drop a comment below, and like and share, and consider subscribing. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a link in the description where you can do so via PayPal. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.